the 5K running race. It's a race that most people in the running world are extremely familiar with. You've either started your run race career doing a 5K or even, a 1 mile race back in high school, and then you graduated to a half marathon, and even ultra races. Or if you're like me, you're focusing on running your fastest 5K, which I'm doing, 15:59. But how do you run a faster 5K? That's the question. Learn the best 6 tips of running a fast 5K and more on this episode of Trees and D Lake. Hey Mike, how's things going in your side of the world? I mean, we're kind of on the same side of the world here, where you're in Tokyo and I'm in Australia, Sydney, Australia. I know you've had some hiccups with your training. Tell me about what's going on.
Yeah, so I'm in a bit of a bubble here. It's all good. It's old age, so one of my eyes basically packed up on me, so they took it out, put a new one in. I had a cataract years ago. That failed, so it's a second operation. The short and curlies of it all really is that I can't go out for 6 weeks, just got to wait for the eye to heal, and can't do much sport. So I'm sitting here at home, not allowed to train or do any sport at all, which means that I sneak on the indoor trainer every now and then, put the fans on, make sure I don't sweat, and get off before the wife comes home. That's about it.
That's pretty good. Me, I'm actually, this week has been absolutely crazy. I got a mild cold, like from my son, like I call them baby colds. And then it turned in 3 days, the cold went away, and somehow it turned into a full-blown sinus infection that actually gave me like full body aches and fatigue. And I've never had this from a cold. And I think I've only had the flu maybe once. So I got a COVID test. I was negative. But I was like, what's going on? Like, I had colorful stuff coming out of my nose. Not to gross the listeners out, but I just remember I was tired. I tried to do an easy run and I was tired. So I just like kind of took the week off. It was 1 day easy, 1 day off, and tried to get back into it. So we'll see how we go in this coming week. It totally messed up my 5K training plan, because I was supposed to be starting this week, like week 1 of my 6 weeks of the competition race focus phase. But you got to roll with how it is. You are the 5K expert. You've posted a lot about it on your Instagram. Obviously, your coach. I know that's kind of the race. It's I call it the entry, the gateway drug. That's what I call it. The gateway drug of kind of getting into running. It's the 5K park run. And I've had people, as they, come to my account or they start getting running, they're like, Darren, how do I get faster at the 5K? And then I thought of you immediately. So do you have any tips or tricks for the listeners?
Yeah, so the 5K, I don't like it being thought of as a gateway. Lots of people come to me and they say, Mike, you do the 5K, surely you could run a marathon. I said, yeah, surely I could run a marathon. I could run a marathon now if I wanted to, but I like the 5K because it's the speed, the challenge. It's 75% aerobic, 25% anaerobic, which those that don't know, it means that you've got to do a little bit of speed work and think a little bit intelligently, a bit outside the box to get a good time. If you just run it and don't prepare for it, you'll not do as well as you think you can. And it hurts. A marathon, it's sort of fatigue that wears you down over the course of the run. This sort of, you go out fast, and you get to that point of pain, sort of, the body's telling you to slow down, and you just got to hold it. All
right, so I know you got some tips on how to run 5K. There's a million tips out there, but I'd say if you are listening and you want to know, Mike Trees has the best 6 tips, okay, out of all the millions of tips out there. And Mike, what are they?
So I tried to condense it, being on forever. And the first one is strength and conditioning. So as a runner, people don't think of the strength and conditioning side of it. They think, yeah, I just got to run. And yes, to an extent you do have to run, but you'll run a lot better if you can condition the muscles to cope with the work you're going to give them. So as a kid, I didn't really do much strength and conditioning, and it wasn't until actually I had a bad back that I had to do the strength and conditioning work to allow me to recover from the bad back that I had. And then I realized actually my weight was going up, which is one thing that runners don't like, but my strength was going up even higher. So that I was finding that my power to weight ratio was getting stronger, my form was getting better. And then I started to study it more seriously and take it more seriously. And now my form isn't the best in the gym, but I'm a big advocate of strength and conditioning work. And so that's my first tip, that if you don't do anything, I recommend you get a coach or you get someone, a good friend who knows what they're doing seriously in the gym, because you can't hurt yourself. Diet. When I talk about diet, people immediately think, lose weight. That's not what I mean. So diet in terms of running is getting rid of excess weight only that you can afford to lose. It doesn't mean being super skinny. It means getting your power to weight ratio right. So when I say diet, I mean get your food right, your nutrition right, eat correctly, and train correctly. So I'll give you an example. I like little examples. So I did the Gold Coast half marathon a few years ago and got down to 57 kilos weight for that. And I just had no strength. I was really struggling, going nowhere. I looked like a real runner though. I mean, you could see me coming, walking down the street, I looked ill, and everyone would say, "Oh, you look ill." And you think, yeah, I must be the right weight. And I felt light, and it was okay doing a few intervals, but actually towards the end of the marathon, I was on for, I was literally on world record pace, and I just ran out of steam the last 5k. I had no reserves at all. The wind hit me, it blew me backwards. It was really after that time that I changed my strategy. I'm now 60, well, the heat's taking me down, let's not get too detailed. About 63 kilos at the moment, 6 kgs up. But I go out for an aerobic run now, and my heart rate, believe it or not, today was 115 at 4:25 pace per k. When I was training for the half marathon, my heart rate at the same pace was over 125. So I've actually put on more weight, but I'm more efficient. So people get it wrong, thinking they've got to be super light.
All right, number 3. What is the number 3?
So this is more nitty gritty, what you need to do. I would say, I don't run every day. I train every day, and I love training every day. And I suggest that runners, if you're happy training every day, that's fine. But I just think running every day stresses the body. One research I read years ago that it's quite interesting, that they reckon that a run, like a 10k run, takes about 36 hours to recover from. So if you run each day, bit by bit, you're not quite recovering, and bit by bit, you're stressing the body. But that means that if I was then got a bit more technical with all 36 hours, well, I could run a Monday morning, a Tuesday evening, miss a Wednesday, a Thursday morning, a Friday evening, and then maybe, once in a while, put one back to back, run a Saturday. You get up to 5 runs a weekend. That's still quite a lot of running, and not break down and conform the theory of recovering between the runs. So I suggest that for a 5k, we need 3 aerobic runs. I've made it very simple, people understand. A longer run to develop the aerobic system to capacity, 60 to 90 minutes. You've got to get over 60 minutes, but if you're getting over 90, that's more sort of half marathon training area, and I think you'll knock the speed away. So somewhere sitting between 60 to 90 minutes is a nice pace, a nice time to run for. Then you need a short recovery run, 30 minutes, I reckon. And over the years, I've found that most people can do a nice 30 minutes recovery run. Over that, you're not really recovering. And you got to remember what you're going out for. People get carried away and they, I've done 30, that feels good. I can do 45, I can do 60, I can do 65. And they get carried away. Just think what the purpose is. It's a recovery run, to go out and just enjoy your 30 minutes easy running. And then one more run is it's what I call an easy run, an aerobic run, in aerobic pace of about 45 minutes. So, in summary, strength and conditioning. Look at your diet and your weight. 3 aerobic runs a week, and 1 sort of VO2 max run, hard run a week. Anything else that you want to do training-wise, I would do on the bike or the swim. And finally, make sure you get enough sleep. And that's all there is to it. And finally, good luck.
Too easy.
Seriously, yeah.